And tonight's show, I'm pleased to be joined by Linda McConeyhead of the Greater Elizabeth Adolescent Partnership and Mr. Stanley Neron, the Office of Youth, and the chairperson of the first annual Garden State Youth Film Festival. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you, Linda.
Thank you.
Don't be nervous.
I'm
I
not.
don't bite.
I know.
Okay. What's the Greater Elizabeth Adolescent Partnership?
The Greater Elizabeth Adolescent Partnership is a resource and referral agency for adolescents and their families here in the city of Elizabeth.
And where are you located?
We're located at 135 Madison Avenue, which is the YMCA building.
And you're working out of there.
Yes.
And how's it going so far?
It's great. We're servicing a lot of families with the resources and referrals.
And Stan, we talked about the GEAP is going to host their first annual Garden State Youth Film Festival, which is called Youth Visions, My Space, My Scene. What do you hope to come out of this? Well, you're clever with these titles, by the way. You know, every time I get them across my desk and I say, who came up with this stuff? And it said, well, it's come from Stanley Neron in the Office on Youth. So Alonzo don't even get credit for this stuff anymore. Now you do. How do you come up with Youth Visions, My Space, My Scene? That's pretty clever.
Well, basically, you survey the youth. You know, the youth are really into MySpace, as you know, and you know, a lot of this is their vision because we hope to be able to hear their voices and their cries as to the issues that affect them today in their everyday lives. And we want to do that through film. We want to provide them opportunity to be able to get involved in the film industry, talk about the different aspects that takes place in entertainment, in filming and writing, and we want them to learn also the technical aspects. Mm-hmm. So we hope that this film festival will be able to accomplish a number of goals, not only by introducing to them a new industry that they may be interested in, but also providing forms of intervention and prevention with some of the issues that affect their lives.
And where's the film festival going to be held?
We're looking at Kane University. Actually, it is Kane University. We're just, you know, we're in the planning stages right now.
Oh, so you're more than looking at it. You settled on Kane.
Yeah, we're settled on Kane.
Oh, good, good. So. And the services that the Greater Elizabeth Adolescent Partnerships offer, tell us about some of those services. We
deal with mental health. We deal with drug abuse counseling. We have job fairs for the community. We do child care and resources, referrals. We do mentorship through the Office of Youth. We refer the youths to them. They have a great program called the BFL, and it's called Building Future Leaders. We work very closely with them in making sure that all the adolescents in the community have an outlet to go to.
Now, Stanley, we talked about the Building Future Leaders in my State of the City speech on January 1st, and it's something you've been working on and building up, correct?
Yes.
Tell us where you got that clever acronym from as well.
Building Future Leaders. Well, that was just really brainstorming, and you know, since we do work in public administration, we wanted to be able to influence the youth with public service and also create some leaders in the community, because that was lacking at the time with the youth leadership. You know, and we had several students come through our program, such as Jeremiah Grace, who's now a commissioner here at the Board of Education. And we had a lot of different students come through the program that at the time, before it was Building Future Leaders, it was just a mentorship program, and also through the Mayor's Youth Advisory Board. So we were developing leadership, and we said, well, you know, well, we need a program that can be stable, that can also provide them recreation, literacy, career development. And, you know, Building Future Leaders was born, but it was born.
Well, Jeremiah has a lot to offer, and it's good to see that somebody came through this program and is now one of the members on the Elizabeth Board of Education.
Definitely.
Yes.
The problem is he's got a bunch of sharks all around him. He's got to navigate that. It's not easy being Jeremiah, that's for sure.
Well, it's not easy being a politician. You know?
I know.
That's the world you step into.
But he's doing a good job. He represents a lot of people on the Board of Education, and he does a good job over there. So, and he came. Were you with the program when he came through it?
It was actually LEAP at the time.
Yes.
It was linking Elizabeth after school programs, and that program expired due to the grant. And then we, you know, the city was grateful enough to pick up the program, and you know, we became creative and created more programs and started the high school leg of it, and it's been great ever since.
And Linda, what are some of the other things that your partnership's working on?
Right now we're getting ready to have a workshop on tomorrow, and it's called Understanding Childhood Challenges. Some parents may not know how to go and advocate for their child if they're having problems within the school. They may not know how to read an IEP, or they may not understand if they're on certain medicines or whatever the case may be, or if their child is just having problems at home, and we're going to try to help them solve those problems.
And Linda, how is the success rate? Do you see people coming back to you and saying, hey, thanks?
Yes, yes. I had a gentleman over at the YMCA. He thanks me every time he sees me. One of our job fairs, he got a job paying $18 an hour. He went from nothing to having something. So I do see everything coming out of it.
And how can someone become involved with this?
They could give me a call at 908-967-1824, or they could email me at geappartnership@yahoo.com.
And how can somebody get involved with the film festival?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Email us at jeeppartnership@yahoo.com, or you can call us at that number.
908-967-1824.
We're
Now,
looking for more
one of the
volunteers.
things on the on this is getting young people involved,
Yes.
and sometimes that can be difficult. And as I've said to numerous people in numerous roundtables, we can create programs, and we can create ideas, but how do we get the young people to join? Now, up until about 13 or 14, we probably have a great success rate, but after 14 years of age, it's tough. We can, how do we say this is more fun than hanging out on a street corner sometimes?
Well, it becomes a challenge, but what we do is we take it on and we hit the streets with it. We have the youth communicate to the youth, and we allow for them to do it. That's what Building Future Leaders is all about, allowing for the youth leaders to step out and influence the other youth in the community. And
Now, they bring kids in who may be at risk or at age?
all the time.
They
Yes.
do.
All the time, because they understand the purpose of the program. So oftentimes they'll come and say, look, I know somebody that can really use this program and would really do them good, and I want to save their life, so I like to bring them in the program. Because a lot of students attest that programs like the Building Future Leaders or SOAR programs have saved their lives. So
Now, are there other kids, Linda, that may get washed out of the program because they're not
Well-
paying attention, or?
Well, I think they don't get washed out, something else catch their attention, but we always go back to them and try to bring them back in and let them see that there's a better way so they won't fall through the cracks and everything.
And how do we do with that, Stanley?
Well, one of the elements that we have is a social work element, where we definitely work with youth that are definitely posing a challenge, be it behavioral or being the life issues that they're experiencing at the time, or they may be involved in negative activity, and we find a way to continually work with them and encourage them to do better. We never give up on them.
No.
And with our social work element and our director being a social worker, our manager being a social worker, and we also have social workers from Kane University that happen to intern at all the sites, they sit down and they have roundtable discussions with them. They have one-on-ones, and the mentorship is really strong. So that's how we strengthen that, so that we can keep these youth from them, being washed out of the program.
And then the one thing we haven't talked about yet is hooping to help.
Yes, I'm very
Now,
excited
did
about
Stanley
that.
come up with this too? Hooping to help?
No, no.
This one you came up with.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Hooping to Help is an annual basketball game that we have here in the city of Elizabeth, where the legislators come in and play the adolescents in the community. And I could say that the kids really enjoy it. The families really do enjoy it. It's a day of fun and family and giveaways. I mean, we really have a good time in the community.
And Senator Lesniak, when he plays, he only plays the half court, right? He runs up to half court, and then somebody comes in and substitutes for him, right?
I have to say no. He plays. He really does plays, and all of them they get a really kick out of it, staying in the community with the youth.
Last year, the old guys, they won, didn't they?
Yes, but it's a different
They
time
beat up
this
by
year.
1 point.
Yeah, but we got a different group of kids to play this year.
So you got kids that are faster and quicker.
Yes.
Is that fair to these old guys?
Yes.
It
Yes.
is. 'Cause
Yes.
they won last time.
Yes. Well, last year they had some NBA players on their side, some really good guys. So they
okay.
cheated a little bit last year.
Were you there last year, Stanley?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I emceed as a
How'd
mayor.
those kids lose?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
I mean, they were so quick up and down the
But
court.
Senator Lesniak has a heck of a jump.
Yeah.
He has a great jump shot.
Yeah.
So he sat out there all day just killing them.
He did.
And,
Yes.
Senator Crying, he goes right in.
Assemblyman Crying, don't promote him yet.
Assemblyman Crying, he goes right in, he drives in, and he's not scared of driving and taking it to the hoop. So
Okay.
they got some pretty strong.
So
guys.
we
I was impressed, very impressed.
Yeah, they used to be able to play, I guess, back in the day, right? See, I wouldn't even go out there. I know my limitations. And I'd have to be, just staying on one side of the court. Can't run up and down that court anymore. If I
We
could
did
walk
have
up and down.
the EMS trucks were there. right?
Yes.
So we
Yes.
did that.
EMS.
there
EMS
you
were on
go.
the sideline.
They're on
We were
site.
prepared.
Now, we raise money at this event too, right? Or we get
Yes.
some sponsors that help
Yes,
out?
we have sponsors.
And they
we
help out the
always-
Greater Elizabeth
Adolescent
Partnership?
Yes, all
Like
proceeds.
Verizon was a big sponsor and somebody else?
Yes, Geico, State Farm. They were all major
Geico and
sponsors.
State Farm in the same one?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. How'd you do
Yes.
that? They're pretty big
They
competitors.
came under the New Jersey Insurance
Umbrella?
Yeah.
umbrella.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they all jumped in.
Yeah, they
So
all came in.
I want to thank you for taking the time to join
Thank
us on
you
the
so
show, and I
much.
look forward to seeing you at the basketball game.
Yes.
And Stanley, good luck with all of these young people at the film festival.